All right, welcome back in, everybody, to One Piece chapter 1178, brief spoilers. My name is Sai, and you know exactly what time it is. It's time to yap about this damn chapter, man. So, just in case you have not read these spoilers for yourself yet, make sure to do so. It will be in the pinned comment down below, and I'll also be sourcing out to where I found these spoilers in the first place. So make sure to check them out down there. So, getting right into it, we got everybody's favorite captain in the reader request this week. That is right. Eustace Kid is appearing with the bull. I just wanted to add that in for the Eustace Kid fans out there. Oda hasn't forgotten that he actually exists. So, we go on to the chapter now. We see that Luffy moves Broken Usopp to Sanji's group, while Loki attacks Emu, but Emu dodges all of Loki's blows. Luffy returns to the battlefield, and that is when Emu transforms into their black-shaped form, similar to Saturn's transformation over at God Valley. And I don't really know how to describe this. It's essentially just like this big shadow version of himself. It's like 10 times taller. It has the crown and everything. So yes, it looks like Emu is transcending Gunko's body here. Emu then stabs Luffy and Loki, and Emu uses DOMI REVERSI, but it has no effect on them. Guys, the Loki DOMI REVERSI theories are officially dead! Let's go, dude! Yeah, man. Sorry. I know a lot of people were looking forward to it, but with how Chopper's handling them easily in the background right now, it's like, okay, Loki gets DOMI'd for like half a chapter, 1 chapter, 2 chapters, and then he just gets solved like right away. I don't know, man. I'd rather have Emu fighting the gang than the gang fighting Loki. You know what I mean? So I am glad that DOMI REVERSI is not working on Loki and Luffy. But now comes the big question. Why isn't it working? You know, going back to everything we've talked about with DOMI REVERSI, they're all just theories, right? The homeland theory was a very prevalent one. A lot of people believed that DOMI REVERSI only works if you're in your homeland, the place you were born. Loki was born in Elbaf to our knowledge, so what's going on here? Is it because he has the Nidhogg Devil Fruit, or just a Devil Fruit in general? Or does the homeland theory actually not even matter? We have no clue. Apparently, according to Worst Gen, Emu knew that DOMI REVERSI wouldn't work, but he tried it anyways, and he was going to say why it didn't work. But our main character attacks Emu with a Gatling barrage before Emu can tell us why. On one hand, I'm like, okay, that is Luffy. But on the other hand, I'm like, damn it, I wanted to know, man. I wanted to know. Loki goes into his human form. Unfortunately, no hybrid form right now. Loki uses Ragnar, lands a blow on Emu, which then freezes him. But that is when we see that Emu's black body disappears from the ice. And it looks like Elbaf is back to normal. Guys, it's over. On to the next island, right? No. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. This feels like the calm before the storm, if you guys have heard that expression before. So when they say that Emu's black body has disappeared from the ice, I am wondering, does Gunko's body disappear with it, or is it just the presence of Emu? Not too sure. Of course, we'll learn more about this chapter when the full spoilers drop tomorrow, and when the Raws drop that very next day. But yes, Emu's black body has disappeared from Elbaf. We then cut over to Saul and Robin. They arrive at the library, and they find that the books aren't even there. The books were never really in danger. And not just that, but they also cannot find Biblo the owl. Yes, that is right. We're finally tackling Biblo, and who knows what the hell is up with this owl. Reminder, it is only a theory that Biblo has the Grow no Mi, which enlarges books. We don't know that for sure. Vegapunk theorized that, and that's pretty much it. Biblo, to our knowledge, is still a complete mystery. The only thing we know about Biblo is that it's been in this library for hundreds of years. What's up with it? Did it take the library with him? Did it take all the books? Did he shrink the books? Did he carry them out one by one? Not too sure, man. I think the mystery of Biblo is gonna be massive whenever we find out what it's all about. So now, we cut over to Zoro's group, and we see that they are very close to defeating the DOMI REVERSI giant army, and that is when our boy Chopper shows up and finishes the rest off. We still don't know why Chopper can go around one-tapping DOMI REVERSI giants, but it looks like that is what he does this chapter. He takes it in stride, man. We then cut over to St. Sommers. He is recovering from Luffy and Loki's blow from a few chapters ago, and we actually get to take a peek at what's inside of his chest, his heart. He apparently does not have a human heart at all. Odd. Not a metaphor either. Not like one of those things where it's like, oh, you know, these celestial dragons, they're not human. They don't have human hearts. Not like that. No. They legitimately do not have human hearts at all. In fact, Worst Gen, they just tweeted this out, but apparently it looks mechanical or artificially made. And I'm kind of curious to see if all the God Knights have hearts like that, or if that's specifically something that only St. Sommers has. I'm gonna lean towards the former. I think all the God Knights might have hearts like this, and maybe this helps explain regeneration? No, I don't know. This is a very strange plot point to me, because it's like, yeah, like, we could say that this is why they regenerate. It's because of this artificial heart that they have. But I don't think Harold had one of these, right? Granted, when Harold got the Mark of the Abyss, it was off-screened. You know, we didn't see what Emu did, but when we cut over to Harold, he was on his knees, you know, grabbing his arm. And it's like, yeah, like, I don't think Harold had a heart implant in the meanwhile. So, I don't know. Maybe this is a thing that only Celestial Dragons do? Like, maybe only Celestial Dragon Holy Knights, and that's why Harold didn't have one, to our knowledge? Yeah, I'm not too sure, man. I do not know where Oda's going with this, but them having an artificial heart, I think, is really cool. Because maybe this is Oda's first time going into the Void Century. Like, oh yeah, in the Void Century, they all had mechanical hearts. This is ancient technology that we're working with here. Again, this one really caught me off guard because I don't know what to make out of this. And also, this heart, is it going to be a weak spot? Like maybe, if you don't have Conqueror's Hockey, just break the mechanical heart and then you're good to go? I just feel like if that was the case, we would have found out about this already. Like, surely Scopper and the Roger Pirates stabbed one of the God Knights in the hearts. Like, they're immortal. Like, the first thing you check on an immortal opponent is 1, decapitation, and 2, heart attacks. So if that really is a weakness, I feel like they should know. It really makes you wonder, man. It really makes you wonder. I feel like out of this whole chapter, this right here is what I'm really hung up on. Because at least with the Chopper thing, it's like, okay, we have a couple of theories on that. Yeah, it could be this, it could be that. DOMI REVERSI, it could be this, it could be that. But for Sommers not having a human heart, it's like, okay, what are we cooking here, man? What is happening? So now, we go on with the chapter, and we see that Luffy, by the end of the Emu battle, he is now in his old man form because he's tired and out of energy. Makes sense, right? The threats on Elbaf are seemingly over. Elbaf is completely fine. Or so we think. Like I said, the calm before the storm. Because we cut over to Marie Joie. And Emu informs the Gorosei that Mu will leave the castle for a short time. It looks like Emu's coming to Elbaf himself, dude. The real Emu is leaving Pangaea Castle and coming to the land of giants. What the hell is going on here, man? Again, this goes back to an old theory, but a lot of people believed that Emu could not leave the castle because we've only seen them in the flower room and the throne room. Maybe they're landlocked to the red line. Turns out that's not the case. Emu can literally leave the castle if they wanted to. Yeah, this is gonna be nuts, man. You know, Emu said, hey, I can't play on the Gunko controller. I'm getting my controller. I'm going there myself, man. Yeah, how will this turn out? I imagine Emu's gonna do really well here. I mean, here's the thing. Emu's not afraid of Nika or Nidhogg. If Emu was afraid of Luffy or Loki, they wouldn't be leaving their home to go fight them, right? They are confident in their abilities here. And I just wonder how Oda's gonna play with this. Like, how do we leave Elbaf without losing or dying? Is it because Emu can only go for a short time? You know, I am hung up on that, right? Emu informs the Gorosei that they're gonna leave for a short while. Maybe there's a time limit. Like, oh yes, Emu can leave the red line, but only for like 5 minutes. Oh, only for 10 minutes. You guys know. Oda loves his countdowns and arcs. Maybe Emu has one. Yeah, maybe we just have to survive the time limit and then we're good. That's my theory. Could be wrong. But yeah, that's my assumption right now. And with Emu coming here, maybe this is cope, but I do think that Saint Sommers and Killingham are going to get crazy power-ups. It goes back to what Shanks said, right? Oh, you know, if you have like the Mark 1 of the Abyss, you know, the lowest tier, you're free to do whatever you want. But when you're in the Holy Land, when you're close to Emu, they can control you. I do think that Emu works like 5G Wi-Fi. The closer you are to Emu, the real Emu, the stronger Emu's powers become. And since the God Knights do get their powers from Emu, I do think that Saint Sommers and Killingham are going to get massively buffed. I mean, why else show Sommers recovering here? You know, why have Killingham last chapter say, hey, underestimate us while you can, maggots? I think it's in the books. But then again, you know, when it comes to God Knight objectivity, don't come to me for that, right? I am a little bit biased. Sorry, guys. I want the villains to be powerful. You know, I do want a good fight for Zoro, for Sanji, and all of them. So yeah, that's going to be quite fascinating to see. Also, since Emu is leaving Marie's Raw and is talking to the Gorosei in the meanwhile, what is the situation over there? Dude, remember that? They're like, hey, Shamrock, you need to go back to the Holy Land. Emu shows up. He's like, damn, God Knights, what's taking you so long? The Holy Land is in a sea of fire. And then like 2 chapters ago, we get a glimpse of the Holy Land and it's like perfectly fine. And now Emu is just going on a vacation trip to Elbaf. It's like, yo, what is happening over there? Did Shamrock deal with the threat? Is it because Shamrock is that powerful? Is it time dilation? Does Emu not really care? Was he exaggerating when he said it was in a sea of flames? I have no idea, man. One last thing, again, not too sure if Gunko is still in the ice, because if she is, maybe we can unthaw her and talk to her a little bit. I think that's where I'm at right now. Like, I wonder how long it's going to take for Emu to show up. Like, do they show up right away with the Abyss Circle? Or do we actually have, like, a minute or two to regroup and hang out? And for Luffy to eat food and get ready for round 2. Do they even know that round 2 is coming? I think that's one big thing, right? Does Luffy and Loki know that Emu is on their way back with their main body? Ah, that's tough. That's tough. Either way, you guys, I thought that this was a great chapter. I think the buildup is insane. And this does make me really excited for next week, which of course, there is no break. Love to hear it, man. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, checking out this video. I really freaking appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow when the full spoilers drop. Peace out, and stay safe, guys.